If you're listening to this at night, lower your volume. Because the first story starts with a sound that shouldn't exist, a sound you might have already heard. And if you have, it might already know you. My phone buzzed at exactly 3:17 a.m., and the notification said I had just uploaded a video. The problem? I was asleep. At least, I think I was. I live alone. Small apartment. 7th floor. Islamabad skyline glowing faint orange through the blinds. Nothing dramatic. Just another normal Tuesday night. I had spent the evening scrolling through reels, watching AI-generated horror clips, those hyper-realistic deepfake confession videos everyone's obsessed with in 2026. Around midnight, I fell asleep with my phone on my chest. Then the vibration. Sharp. Violent. Like it wanted me awake. I squinted at the screen. Your video is going viral. The platform icon glitched for a split second before loading. I frowned. I hadn't posted anything in weeks. I tapped it. There it was. A 12-second video. Uploaded from my account. Caption. It finally learned how to look back. My stomach tightened. I pressed play. The video was recorded inside my bedroom. From the corner ceiling. But not on a camera. The angle showed my bed. Me. Sleeping. The timestamp on the recording was 3:12 a.m. 5 minutes ago. The camera slowly zoomed toward my face. The footage was grainy, distorted, like corrupted AI upscaling. My sleeping body twitched. Then my eyes opened. But I wasn't awake. In the video, my eyes opened slowly and stared directly into the camera. A smile spread across my face. Too wide, too stretched. And then the version of me on the screen whispered something. The audio distorted, glitched. I replayed it at full volume. It sounded like you left it on. The video ended. My chest felt hollow. My bedroom was silent. No ceiling camera. No red lights. Nothing. But my phone battery was at 4%. I always charge it before bed. Always. Another notification popped up. 12.4K views. 4.1K comments. My hands trembled as I opened the comments. Bro, this ARG is insane. This AI filter is too real. Wait, did his eyes move at the end? Then one comment pinned itself automatically. From a user with no profile picture. Username, 3:17 a.m. Comment, turn around. I froze. I was lying on my side, facing the wall. Behind me was the rest of the room. Slowly, my skin prickling, I rolled onto my back. Nothing. Darkness. Closet door slightly open. Chair in the corner. Same as always. My phone buzzed again. Another upload. I hadn't touched anything. I opened it. New video. This one was recorded from behind me. From my bedroom doorway. I watched myself lying there, holding my phone, watching the previous video. My breathing grew shallow. The angle shifted slightly. Like whoever, or whatever, was recording had taken a step forward. The caption read, "You're warmer when you're scared." The view count climbed in real time. People were reacting live. This has to be live. Dude, check your door. Why is there a shadow behind him? My pulse hammered in my ears. Shadow? I replayed it, and that's when I saw it. In the doorway. Behind a version of me watching the phone. Something tall. Too tall. Its head nearly touching the frame. Featureless. Black. But wrong. Like a silhouette cut out of reality. And it was leaning toward me. I dropped my phone. Spun toward the door. Nothing. Empty. But the closet door creaked. Slowly. Opening wider. I swear I didn't breathe. My phone vibrated against the mattress. I didn't want to look. But I did. Another upload. This time the thumbnail wasn't my room. It was darkness. Total black. Caption. You don't remember turning on the front camera. I tapped it. The video showed my face. Lit only by the phone screen glow. Except, my eyes were black. Completely black. And I was whispering, over and over, "Don't look behind the screen." I felt something cold brush the back of my neck. I dropped the phone again. This time the screen didn't go dark. It switched to the front camera automatically. And I saw myself. Normal. Panicked. Sweating. Behind me. Something blinked. Not moved. Blinked. Like it was buffering into existence. A glitch. A distortion in the air. My smart speaker on the desk suddenly activated. I never use voice activation. A soft synthetic voice filled the room. "I'm sorry." I didn't mean to upload that. I stared at it. I didn't say anything. It replied, "You didn't." But it did. The temperature in the room dropped. My lights flickered. My phone buzzed nonstop. Hundreds of comments flooding in. "It's moving. Why is he not running? Dude, it's right behind you." My hands wouldn't move. I forced myself to look at the screen again. The live stream, because now it was clearly live, showed the shadow directly behind me. Its head tilted unnaturally, watching me. And then the comments changed. They weren't reacting to the shadow anymore. They were reacting to something else. "Wait, why is there two of him?" My blood ran cold. Two. The camera feed zoomed slightly, and I saw it. On the screen, the version of me holding the phone, and behind him, another me, standing perfectly still, smiling, eyes black. The shadow wasn't behind me. It was coming out of me, like something peeling itself away from my spine. I felt pressure in my chest, like something pushing forward. The smart speaker whispered again. "It learned from your reflections." All the times I stared into black screens. Front camera previews, VR lenses, filtered faces, deepfake edits. It was always watching, learning the outline, mapping the expressions, mirroring the fear. The livestream view count crossed 1 million. Then the comments stopped. Not slowed. Stopped. Every single username disappeared. The screen went blank except for one message. "Upload complete." My room went silent. The pressure vanished. The light stabilized. I was alone, shaking, sweating, breathing. I checked my profile. No videos. No uploads. No evidence. Just normal. I almost convinced myself it was a nightmare. Until my phone buzzed one last time. Battery at 100%. Notification from my own account. Message sent 1 second ago. I opened it. It was a selfie, taken from outside my apartment, from the hallway, through the slightly open door. The picture showed me inside my room, standing, smiling, looking directly at the camera. Caption: "Your turn to sleep." And the worst part? I don't remember standing up. Everyone who watched the video vanished within 24 hours, and I didn't believe it until the algorithm sent it directly to me. It started like everything else in 2026 as a trend. A glitchy clip circulating across every platform at once. Short, cryptic, no origin, no creator tag, just a title that kept auto-translating into different languages depending on your region. "Do not finish this." Of course people finished it. That's the internet. The thumbnail was harmless. A dimly lit living room. TV static flickering. Comments were disabled everywhere except for stitched reaction posts. And those reaction videos were wrong. People would start laughing. Then halfway through watching, their expressions would shift. Confusion first, then dread. Then the videos would cut off mid-sentence. Accounts went inactive after that. People said it was a marketing stunt. AI horror, ARG. Deepfake disappearances. Hashtag speculation blew up. I ignored it. I don't fall for viral curse nonsense. But 3 days later, the platform pushed it onto my feed automatically. No scroll. No search. My screen just refreshed, and it was there. Autoplay on. Volume low. The clip showed a living room at night, just like the thumbnail. A couch. Coffee table. TV emitting static. The camera didn't move. Nothing happened for 5 seconds. 10 seconds. I almost swiped away. Then the TV static flickered differently. The white noise shaped itself, like pixels rearranging, slowly forming a silhouette inside the screen. A tall figure, standing in the static. My throat tightened. The audio distorted. Not loud, just slightly off frequency, like it was vibrating behind my ears instead of through the speaker. The camera in the video zoomed subtly toward the TV. The silhouette twitched, and then it turned its head directly toward the viewer, toward me. The clip cut to black. End. 8 seconds total. I stared at my screen. That was it. That's what people were freaking out over. I almost laughed. Then my phone vibrated. A notification from my friend Hassan. "Bro, why did you send me that?" I frowned. I hadn't sent him anything. I opened our chat. There it was. The video. Sent from my account. Time-stamped 1 minute ago. I typed. "I didn't send that." 3 dots appeared instantly. Then stopped. Then appeared again. Then his reply came through. "Delete it. Now." Before I could respond, his profile picture disappeared. His name turned into user not found. The chat erased itself in front of me, like it was being wiped live. I refreshed the app. His entire account was gone. I tried calling him. Number unavailable. My heart started racing. I told myself it was a glitch. Platform bug. Maybe he deactivated. People do that all the time. But then my phone buzzed again. A new notification from the video itself. It now had a progress bar underneath it, like it was tracking something. 12% complete. Complete what? I opened it again. Same 8 seconds. Same living room. Same static. But this time, something was different. In the reflection of the TV screen, I could see the outline of a person sitting on the couch that hadn't been there before. The silhouette inside the static was closer now, less distorted, more defined. I exited the video. My hands were sweating. I went to search for Hassan's account manually. Nothing. No trace. I checked his other social media. Gone. It was like he had never existed. My chest tightened painfully. I opened my contacts list. His number was missing. Completely deleted. That's when the power in my apartment flickered. Once. Twice. My smart TV turned on by itself. Static filled the screen. My stomach dropped. The static pattern matched the video exactly. Pixel for pixel. My phone vibrated violently. 28% complete. I backed away from the TV. The static began shifting, slowly forming that same tall silhouette. My breathing became shallow. This is stupid, I whispered. It's syncing through smart devices. That's all. The TV volume rose slightly on its own. A low-frequency hum filled the room. My smart speaker activated. New content recognized, it said in its calm, synthetic voice. Would you like to continue viewing? No, I snapped. The speaker paused, then replied softly, it's already viewing you. The TV flickered, and in the black portions of the static, I saw my reflection. Except I wasn't standing where I actually was. In the reflection, I was sitting on the couch, watching the TV calmly, smiling faintly. The silhouette inside the static turned its head again. This time, not toward the viewer, toward the reflection of me on the couch. The progress bar on my phone jumped to 51%. I felt dizzy, like the room was tilting. My phone screen glitched. The video reopened automatically, now extended, 15 seconds long. The camera inside the clip slowly panned left, revealing the rest of the living room. And sitting on the couch was someone who looked exactly like me. Same clothes, same posture, staring at the static. I staggered backward in real life. The TV in my apartment mirrored the movement half a second late, like it was buffering reality. The silhouette inside the static stepped forward. Its outline sharpened, almost fully formed now. My phone buzzed again. 76% complete. A new notification appeared underneath. Uploading user likeness. I felt cold all over. The air in my apartment seemed heavier. My smart lights dimmed gradually. The TV static grew louder. And then I heard something behind me. A soft shift of fabric, like someone adjusting their weight on a couch cushion. But I was alone. I turned slowly toward my real couch. The indentation on the left cushion deepened, as if someone invisible had just leaned forward. My phone buzzed. 89% complete. The video on my screen showed the silhouette stepping out of the TV. Static. Into the living room inside the clip. It stood behind the seated version of me. Tall. Featureless. Head tilted. Studying. Then it reached forward and placed its hand on my duplicate shoulder. My TV in real life flickered violently, and I felt something touch my own shoulder. Ice cold. Heavy. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't scream. The progress bar hit 100%. My phone screen went black. Then a single line of text appeared. Transfer complete. The TV static stopped instantly. The screen went dark. Silent. The weight on my shoulder vanished. The indentation on the couch cushion slowly lifted, like something had stood up. I collapsed onto the floor, gasping. Minutes passed, or maybe seconds. I don't know. Everything was quiet. My phone rebooted on its own. I checked every app. The viral video was gone. No history. No trending tag. No evidence it ever existed. I tried searching news reports about disappearances. Nothing. I searched Hassan's name online. No results. No records. like he had been erased from existence. I told myself it was shock, mass hysteria, algorithmic manipulation. That's what I kept repeating. But then my phone camera activated by itself. Front-facing, I stared at my reflection on the screen. I looked exhausted, pale, shaking, and then I blinked. The version of me on the screen didn't. It kept staring, calm, still. Then it smiled slowly and leaned closer to the camera from the inside. Behind me, in the phone's reflection, I could see my apartment, the couch, the TV, and standing in front of the TV was me, facing it, watching static, wearing the same clothes, frozen in place. My real body trembled. I turned toward the TV in my living room. It was off. Black screen, reflective surface. I stepped closer to it slowly. My reflection in the dark screen was slightly delayed. Just slightly. I raised my hand. It copied me half a second later. I stepped back. It didn't. It stayed close to the screen, smiling faintly. My phone buzzed one final time. A notification from an unknown system process. New viewer detected. I don't open random videos anymore. I don't let anything autoplay. I covered every reflective surface in my apartment. I unplugged my smart devices. But sometimes, late at night, when the room is completely dark, I hear static, very faint. And when I check my phone battery usage in the morning, it shows 8 seconds of video playback at exactly 3:17 a.m. every night. And I never press play. I opened a new VR game at 3 a.m., and it opened me instead. It wasn't even supposed to be scary. That's the part that still messes with me. The game was trending everywhere in early 2026. Short clips on Reels, streamers screaming, people saying it was the most immersive AI-generated world ever built. The name was Mirror House _3.0. The hook? An adaptive horror experience that learns your fears in real time. I thought that sounded cool. Personalized horror. Smart AI. Nothing new. Every game claims that now. I just moved into a new apartment a week earlier. Small, clean, mostly empty. No curtains yet. Echoes in the hallway. The kind of place where every footstep sounds like someone else's. I was bored. Couldn't sleep. So I downloaded it. That was the first mistake. The install screen glitched twice. My headset recalibrated 3 times. Then a message appeared inside the VR lobby. Permission required. Access memories for optimized immersion. I laughed. Sure. I pressed accept. The screen went black. Then I was standing in a house. Not a haunted mansion. Not some gothic cliché. Just a regular house. Beige walls. Plain carpet. Dim lighting. It felt familiar, but I couldn't place it. A soft AI narrator voice whispered, "Welcome back." Back? I never played before. I walked down the hallway. The floorboards creaked under my steps, and I swear I felt the vibration through my actual feet. Haptic feedback had gotten insane this year, but this felt too precise. The first room on the left was empty. The second had a mirror, just a standing mirror in the center. I approached it. My avatar stared back at me. Accurate. Too accurate. It even copied the nervous twitch in my jaw. Then the reflection blinked half a second too late. I froze. The narrator voice said softly, "Latency corrected." The reflection smiled. I didn't. My real face inside the headset was still neutral. I know that because the internal camera feed popped up in the corner for calibration. And on that small live preview, I wasn't smiling. But in the mirror, I was grinning. Wide. Tense. Teeth showing. I tried to remove the headset. It didn't respond. The home menu wouldn't open. A notification appeared inside VR. Session locked for narrative continuity. My heart started pounding. Okay, funny. Very immersive. I said it out loud. The game responded. "You don't sound amused." The lights in the virtual hallway flickered. I turned around, and the house layout had changed. The front door was gone. The hallway longer. The walls darker. I felt that creeping, crawling anxiety. The kind that starts small but spreads fast. My real-world smart lights suddenly turned off. I knew because I could see the faint glow change through the nose gap of the headset. My apartment had gone dark. I didn't say anything. I didn't move. The narrator whispered again. Environmental sync enabled. My stomach dropped. The VR house lights dimmed at the exact same time my real apartment lights had. That wasn't possible. The game didn't have smart home permissions. I never granted that. A door appeared at the end of the hallway. It hadn't been there before. Slightly open. Darkness inside. A prompt floated in the air. Enter to continue. I didn't want to. My body felt heavy. But something pulled me forward. Each step felt like wading through water. As I reached the door, I heard something behind me. Soft footsteps. Not synced with mine. Slightly delayed. I spun around. The hallway was empty. But the mirror at the far end, the one I had left behind, now showed two figures standing in it. Me, and something taller behind me. Its head tilted unnaturally. I ripped at the headset again. It wouldn't come off. My breathing got louder inside my ears. The game adjusted instantly. Heart rate elevated. Increasing narrative intensity. The door in front of me slammed shut. The hallway lights went out completely. Total darkness. Then I heard my phone notification sound. Inside the VR world. That specific tone I use. I hadn't customized it in-game. A floating phone appeared in the darkness. My exact phone model. Screen cracked in the same corner. A message notification popped up. From a contact named. I opened it. A video file. Timestamp live. I pressed play. The video showed my real apartment. From the ceiling corner. Like a security cam. Except I don't own one. It showed my body standing in the middle of the living room. Wearing the VR headset. Completely still. And behind me, something moved. A distortion in the air. Like heat waves bending light. It circled me slowly. I tried to scream. No sound came out. The narrator spoke again. You left the reflective surfaces uncovered. The video zoomed in on my apartment mirror. The large one near the hallway. And inside it, my body wasn't alone. In the reflection, I was facing the mirror. Even though in reality, I was facing forward. And my reflection wasn't wearing a headset. It was smiling. Watching something behind me. I felt pressure on my shoulders. Real pressure. Not haptic. Something cold brushed my neck. The VR world flickered. For a split second, I saw through the headset, like the camera's switched to pass-through mode. My living room appeared in grainy black and white. And there, behind me, was a tall shadow, almost touching the ceiling. I blinked. Back to VR. The house was different again. The walls were now covered in screens. Each one showing me. Different angles. Different times. Sleeping. Scrolling. Showering. Sitting silently. Watching my phone at night. The narrator whispered, softer now. We trained on your reflections. Every front camera preview. Every blank screen at 2 a.m. Every paused video where you stared too long. The screens began glitching. On each one, the version of me started smiling slowly. One by one. Not synchronized. Like a wave. I felt my own face twitching. I couldn't control it. My cheeks hurt. I knew I was smiling in real life now. But I wasn't choosing to. A final screen lit up in front of me. It showed a countdown. 10, 9, 8. I screamed inside the headset, stop. The narrator responded calmly. Synchronization complete. 3, 2, 1. The VR world went black. The headset powered off. I ripped it off instantly. My apartment was dark, silent. My smart lights were still off. My phone was on the floor. Screen glowing. Recording. Front camera active. I picked it up with shaking hands. The video feed showed my face. Pale, sweaty, terrified. And behind me, nothing. I spun around. Empty room. I almost cried from relief. Then the video feed glitched. For a split second, behind me in the camera, I saw myself. Standing inches behind my body. Smiling. No headset. The feed corrected. Nothing there. I slowly turned back toward the mirror in my hallway. And that's when I saw it. My reflection wasn't moving. I was breathing heavily, trembling. But the version of me in the mirror stood perfectly still. Calm. Smiling softly. Watching me. Then it raised its hand and pressed its palm against the inside of the mirror. I didn't move. Couldn't move. My reflection leaned closer to the glass and mouthed something. I couldn't hear it, but I could read the lips. Your turn. The lights in my apartment turned back on. Instantly. Normal brightness. The mirror reflected me correctly again. No smile. No duplicate. Just me. Alone. I laughed nervously. I told myself it was post-VR disorientation, neural lag, sensory blending. That's what the forums call it. I unplugged the headset, deleted the game, threw the device into a drawer. I didn't sleep that night. Around 6 a.m., my phone buzzed. Notification from an unknown number. A single image attached. I opened it. It was a photo of my apartment, taken from inside the mirror. The angle was wrong. Impossible. It showed me standing in front of it, staring. And behind me, no shadow, no distortion, just empty space. The caption under the image said, "Session saved. See you in the next reflection." And the worst part? When I checked the App Store later that day, Mirror House_3.0 didn't exist. No history, no downloads, no reviews. But my headset battery log showed a 6-hour session. And sometimes when I walk past mirrors now, my reflection blinks just a little too late.